Hello and welcome to what I hope is the first of many videos on my channel here. Let's face it, it's probably just going to be this one, but we'll see how we go. So before I jump into the 3 reasons why I'm quitting Pokemon Go, I actually just wanted to take a moment to talk about why I'd even bother making this video about quitting a video game. I've actually really just wanted to make a video for YouTube for a pretty long time now. I watch a lot of YouTube myself and I've got a lot of ideas for videos that I want to create and share with you guys. So yeah, I really just wanted to stop being a consumer and be a creator. So here we go. So I actually came to this decision after spending 3 days in bed due to food poisoning. I was starting to get cabin fever. I was thinking these crazy thoughts. I was just alone with my thoughts. And one of the things that crossed my mind was, you know, what if this is it? What if I'm actually gonna die? I don't think there was ever any risk of that, but the thought did cross my mind. And I was sort of thinking about all the things that I had done and, you know, am I proud of my achievements? And, you know, I thought about this game and how much time I'd spent on it and, you know, what have I got to show for it? You know, I've got some powerful Pokemon, you know, that I can impress some kids with. So I kind of decided it was time to stop playing and focus on doing some things that I've been meaning to do for a long time now. And this is one of them. So with that said, there's just one more thing that we need to do before we can jump into the video. Okay, so this is my home screen. I'm just having to record this section on my Mac as a screen recording because I'm actually using my phone to record the rest of this video. But as you can see, Pokemon Go lives there in my dock. That's how much I play it, but here we go. See you later. I'm also going to delete this app up the top there, Pokegenie. I use that for checking how powerful my Pokemon are. That one's going, and there's another one on the next page here, Dexter. Really great app for just finding out any information about Pokemon, but that's gone too. So there you go. So for anyone that knows me, which is probably most of the people watching this video, you'll know that that was a pretty big deal for me. And one of the reasons is because of the amount of time I spent playing that game. It's been out for a little over a year now, and I've been playing pretty much non-stop the entire time. That was probably one of the toughest things for me, was deciding to quit because of the hours that I put into it. But I'm pretty confident that I'm done with it, and one of the reasons why is something called the sunk cost fallacy. Reasoning that further investment is warranted on the fact that the resources already invested will be lost otherwise, not taking into consideration the overall losses involved in the further investment. The perfect example of that is my first car. I spent so much money keeping that thing running, and every time something would break, I would just think about all the money I'd already spent on it and how I should just keep paying that little bit more just to keep it running, when in reality I would have been much better off just getting rid of it and getting a new car with a lot less problems. And that actually brings me to the first reason I'm quitting Pokemon Go, and that is that it's just a waste of money for me. Now I know there's a lot of people that probably thinking it's a free game, you don't need to spend money on it, but I was probably spending about, I don't know, $15 every sort of month or so, and in the end I think I ended up spending about close to $300. And the game is really clever in the way it's designed. It's free to download, but if you're wanting to get through the game a little bit faster, you can buy in-game currency and you can use that on items. But the really genius part of it is that some of the items you buy, or most of them, are actually expendable. So what I mean by that is, for example, you have a little egg incubator, it's good for about 3 goes, and then it breaks, and then you need to buy it again. So it's not like some other games where you would just make one in-app purchase and unlock the rest of the game or content. It's actually designed to keep you spending more and more money, which I stupidly did. So it was just very easy to spend a lot of money in that game, and it was pretty easy for me to justify it as well, because all I had to do was say to myself, well, at least I'm not spending this money on gambling or drugs. But the problem with that logic is that it's quite easy, as I say, to justify just about any sort of behavior, because there's always going to be something worse that you can compare yourself to. You know, for example, if you think about a serial killer that exclusively kills old people, you know, he's going to go home and he's going to be able to sleep at night by saying to himself, well, at least I'm not killing babies or kids in their prime. This is really dark, but you get my point. Like, you can get in a lot of trouble with that sort of line of thinking. Alright, so the second reason is it is just a massive waste of time. I think that's pretty obvious. That could be true of any video game, but Pokemon Go is particularly bad because of the nature of the game. To find and catch Pokemon, you need to go outside, you need to go to specific locations for collecting items and battling other Pokemon, etc. So often I would find myself taking the long way home, which was sometimes up to a 2-hour detour. Quite frankly, I mean, that's time that could have been better spent doing just about anything. For example, I'm learning Japanese at the moment, and I would come home after being out playing this game for 2-3 hours, and then I would just have no time for my studies. So it was really impacting lots of areas of my life. It was just getting a bit ridiculous. I was part of all these different Facebook groups. I had an app set up that would send me a push notification anytime there was a rare Pokemon nearby, and my whole life was just set up around playing this game. I just felt compelled to play this game. It was very addictive. It was stopping me from doing stuff that I wanted to do, such as making this video. Number 3 was that it was ruining my relationships. That's how bad I was getting with this game. My girlfriend and I took a trip to Japan earlier this year, and pretty much the whole time I was walking around like this, just catching Pokemon. I'd been to Japan twice before, but she'd never been, and we're meant to be there experiencing it together, and I've just got my head down in my phone the whole time. I did manage to pick up this little guy, actually, which is basically kind of just like a Pokemon pager, so it would buzz whenever there was a Pokemon around, and I could just click it without actually taking my phone out. So that was really cool, but ultimately it still meant that I was playing the game more than ever. When we got back from Japan, not long after, I actually got a dog, and I was like, what a perfect excuse to go out and play Pokemon. I can take the dog for a walk. But anytime that I was going with my girlfriend, I was getting her to walk the dog while I was over here playing Pokemon. And it's just very disconnected from her and my dog and what was going on around me, and it just wasn't good. So there you have it. There's the 3 reasons why I'm quitting Pokemon Go. I'd love to know what you thought of the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, as I said, I've got a few more ideas for some other videos I'd like to make. So if you're keen to see what I come up with next, hit the subscribe button. If you've never subscribed to a YouTube channel before, you just click the red button in one of these corners here. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it got you thinking about some things. Maybe there's something in your life that you're spending too much time on and you'd be better off without. So, thanks for watching. Hey guys, I'm just out walking the dog and thought I'd film a quick update. It's been 1 week since I quit playing the game and filmed the video, and I definitely think it was the right decision. I've got so much extra time on my hands. I don't have to worry about clicking this little button every time it vibrates, and I've just got a much more healthy relationship with my phone. So, if there's something in your life that you're addicted to, whether it's a game or social media, I strongly recommend assessing your relationship with that thing, and if it's not adding value to your life, then maybe it's time to say goodbye. Until next time.